winter of 1998, my family, extended family, decided to take a winter break down to Boca Grande, Florida, on the west coast of Florida, Gasparilla Island. And we were lucky enough to share this vacation with the entire Bush family. This was about 6 months prior to George W. announcing his candidacy for president. This was the first semester's end to my freshman year of college. And this is before I was in a wheelchair, actually, and I was training to be a lacrosse player on the lacrosse team in college. And I was really excited to go down in Florida and spend time with my family and hang out with my brothers and spend time with my cousins and fish with my grandfather and play golf and do all these great things. But I didn't know I was going to have a combination of a from here to eternity dirty dancing type of vacation. And for all my family that's here in the audience, this is really happening. So in high school, growing up in high school, my experience with boys was pretty tame. I had a boyfriend in high school. We cared for each other very much, but his mother was a devout Catholic, and I think scared the life out of him about teenage pregnancy. So I'd like to call our relationship more like friends with friction. There's a lot of gene-on-gene action happening, but not much more than that. So in any case, I got to college my freshman year, and things just weren't really happening for me in that department, and I was like, well, all these freshman girls are hanging out with boys, and they've had all these sexual exploits, and it's not happening, I don't know. Until we went to Florida, sunny Florida. So in any case, like the dirty dancing moment, when you're at a resort in Boca Grande, you get assigned a waiter for the week that you're there, and my handsome waiter was a man named Dan, who was 27 years old. Sorry, Mom. So, Dan and I decide to start hanging out. He's very attractive. He's from northern Maine. He comes down to winter with the geriatrics, because that's really fun for a 27-year-old. Didn't really faze me at the time. So we're hanging out. He's serving me Eggs Benedict for breakfast, and then I'm sneaking off to his dormitory, just to say hi and do a little flirtation or whatever. He invites me to New Year's Eve dance party, and both my older brothers are feeling a little protective and have to escort me there and, make sure that Dan the man, and that's what we started calling him as family, was going to behave himself. And so I think they felt that I was in good company. They liked Dan and thought he was a good guy, and I started liking Dan. And we take a walk down the beach. It is a full moon beyond full moons. It is New Year's Eve. I'm in Florida. Dan's very attractive. I'm like, I'm in Dirty Dancing. You are Burt Lancaster. This is my moment. So the moment passed, uncomfortably, and don't advocate doing anything physical on the beach anytime in your life. It's really a pain in the ass. Literally, there was sand everywhere. So in any case, during the course of the rest of the week, I'm trying to spend time with my grandparents. I'm out kayaking. I'm darting off to hang out with the dishwashing staff and Dan when I have the chance, until the very end of that week where we have to say our goodbyes. And we're sitting around the table across from the Bush family, which is so weird, because I'm excited about my experience that I've just had, and I can't wait to tell my friends back in college, but then I'm also looking over at George W. and Jeb, snacking. It's so weird. And my grandmother says, oh, before we go, we have to leave a tip for the wait staff and everything. Pop, we need to leave a tip for Dan. And my grandfather looks up from the table and he goes, well, I think Katie already took care of that. Burned beyond all burns by my grandfather in front of my whole family. 4 kids' plate, dead silence, my jaw drops, my family looks over, I'm beet red, but somewhere deep inside, I'm like, yeah, I did take care of that. So thinking back on this experience and telling this story, I was like, how do you end this? Like, how do you end this story? And it came to me in a moment where I realized I had such a great experience with this person who I definitely cared about, and I got to share this amazing moment with my family. But the odd thing is that I still had this stale, stinky memory of the Bush family being involved in this amazing week, and yet I went down there with my mission accomplished.